This review today is on the first small generator that I bought for my toy hauler. I did a lot of research on it. A lot of folks went with, the normal Honda and Yamahas. A lot of the other manufacturers have come a long way to either reproduce the Yamaha or the Honda. I see a lot more Yamaha knockoffs than I do the Honda knockoffs. And I actually chose something locally that I initially found it on Amazon, and it was made by Pulsar, and it's a Yamaha clone. And I noticed at my local Walmart that there was one that looked exactly like it. It was named Powermate. All the controls, the front panel, everything's exactly the same. I kind of picked it up on a whim. I needed it for the weekend. I had a big, large generator that's really loud, and I was going to be boondocking and just purchased a small gen just to run the battery charger and microwave some food, that kind of thing. I also wanted one that I could get a pair of them, or pair it with a different model even, as most of these are compatible that are inverter based. I ended up going with the Powermate. It was under $500 at Walmart. They had it in stock. I was actually pleasantly surprised when I got it. It came with everything that you needed to get going. I literally bought the thing at Walmart and I was camping within an hour and had the generator running, so that was a really good thing. It started on like the fourth pull. Typical with most gas powered stuff, it doesn't come shipped with oil. The really cool thing that I liked about this gen is it did come with all the accessories, to charge 12 volt. They even gave you an oil funnel. That's like really unusual. That's like one of the first things you need on a lot of these smaller engines, is trying to get the oil in. On the inside, it looks like a Yamaha 80cc engine. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the parts from the Yamaha fit this unit. I'm not too worried about it. It's really simple. Standard inverter. It has banana connectors for the parallel operation, so that should work with any other generator. More than likely I'll get one exactly like this one, so I can actually run my AC unit. As far as running stuff in the camper, a 2000 watt generator won't run a AC unit. Even if you do get it to start, it's going to be really hard on the unit. It's going to burn a lot of fuel. I recommend doing parallel. But if you're just wanting one of these to actually maybe not run the AC, but just charge up the toy hauler and run some appliances on the inside, it's great. It's really quiet. I couldn't hear it at the campsite, to be honest, unless I was standing on the side it was on. I've got a really long cord, so I basically just kind of set it off to the side, out of the way, and let it run. A couple of times I even forgot it was running. It doesn't burn a lot of fuel. I think on a weekend trip I burned I had to fill up once, and there was quite a bit left on that fill when we left. So we'll get right into it. I'll just show it to you real quick, and if you have any questions or anything, just shoot me a line. And thanks for watching. Okay, here's the Powermate that I purchased. Pretty standard. If you ever own one of these little inverter gens, they're pretty much all the same. Gas cap, biggest mistake people make is they do not turn this to on. I have made this mistake with this generator. It's just something that you forget to do. Basically what's happening here is this seals off the cap. If this is sealed off, the fuel system can't actually get fuel to the unit because there's no way to get the vacuum that's produced in the tank with this being off. You turn this on and it actually allows this tank to breathe and let fuel go down into the fuel system. Pretty simple operation. It's real easy to get the spark plug. It comes with a wrench. Like I said before, when you get it, it'll come without oil. It's got really easy instructions. You basically take these two screws out, pull this down. The oil fill is right here, and the way I did it, I just kind of tilted it up and poured the oil straight in. It was that easy. It does come with a funnel if you want to keep it sideways. It has really good instructions on the side. It's well built, and it's really light. I mean, you can definitely carry around with one arm. Simple operation. This is going to look really familiar. I saw several units of this exact, exact same front panel, exact same plastic. I know Pulsar was one of them. The motor inside, it looks exactly like a Yamaha 80cc motor. The pull starts here. Getting it started is really simple. You basically turn it to choke, give it a pull, and it starts. It's relatively quiet. Pull over to run. This indicates that you're good. You plug your accessories. Standard receptacle. It does have standard parallel operation connections. I haven't used this, but you know, that's kind of a cool feature. It's got USB. I haven't used it yet, but I'm sure I will. I have a jump start box that I use all the time to plug up a phone or something like that. I mean, it just happens, and that's probably the easiest way of doing it. And it's got a regular 12-volt receptacle, cigarette lighter. You got economy mode and full on mode. That's basically it for the generator. You know, it's really easy to set up. Typically, you know, it's got relatively small feet, so it's really easy to kind of get it in the ground and get it leveled. I have noticed if you don't get it level, it may, you know, run funny. Fueling is really easy. It has a nice filter inside to get fuel in and out, and that's removable. And this was the seal that I was talking about. That's all that does. So when you're cranking it and using it, you really need to remember to turn that on. If your generator dies just suddenly for no reason, that's the first thing to check. I've been using this, like I say, I've been using this for my Puma Toyhauler. It has a 50 amp service. I you know, adapt it down to 15 amps just to run, you know, microwave and charge the batteries. You know, this alone will not run an AC unit. It does pretty much, you have to let it run at full speed to run the microwave, but that's okay. It's still quiet. And my plan is to actually, you know, do parallel operation and buy 2 of these. But for the price, it's under $500. You can get it at your local Walmart. All the Walmarts around me had it in stock. So it's one of those things that, you know, it's really easy to get, and the price is right. Parts wise, there's several options. I'm fairly certain the motor itself is Yamaha. I would expect any of the motor parts to actually fit this. Inverter, I'm really not sure, but there's several other generators that look exactly like this, which I'm sure uses the same inverter. One of the brands on Amazon is called Pulsar. I really liked it. It had a really nice looking white case. But it was a lot more expensive to actually get it through Amazon and get it here than it was to just drive to Walmart and get the exact same thing, minus the white, cool looking case. If you have any questions or you've got one of these and had a problem or something, I'd like to hear from you. Like I say, this has been, you know, one full camping trip, and pretty much I've been charging when I'm too lazy to drag the cord across to the shop. I just, you know, will crank this thing up and let it charge the Toyhauler batteries, you know, every couple of days. So I've went through probably 4 or 5 tanks of fuel in it this far, and had no issues whatsoever. Generally, it cranks on the first pull if you're using it. If you haven't used it in a couple of days, it may take 3 pulls, but it's really easy to pull. You really don't have to hold it. You know, I started it here with a camera. You just yank, and it's off. It's off and running. As far as starting it, if you're forgetful and you haven't used it in a while, I did find myself looking at this once. It basically gives you a step-by-step decal there to go on. Anyway, thanks for looking at the videos. Hope you enjoyed.